yeah, they're obviously ducking. You know, I don't think it's it's very obvious that they don't want to fight. You know, in my eyes, it's like you want to keep getting better and you want to keep sort of leveling up and prove you're the best. But these guys see it other ways.
I really want those belts. You know, I want those accolades. So that's the only thing I want right now. You know, I'm not thinking about Opetaia. I'm not thinking about none of these guys, because this is a fight I want, and it makes sense for both of us. But I mean, if it comes to the worst case scenario, you know, it's funny too, because we don't even know about Jai Opetaia now. You know, I don't know what's going on.
Jai Opetaia lashed out at David Benavidez, accusing him of avoiding the fight as tensions behind the scenes suddenly escalated. Opetaia recently intensified the pressure on Benavidez, using the Mexican Monster's own comments as fuel in a bold attempt to push a massive showdown closer to reality.
My thing that I'm mad about is, right, if you guys think you're the best in the world, why don't you fight the other best in the world and show the people, like, what the f***, you guys are getting a lot of money, like, what's the problem?
Hey, they're talking about the best, this and that. I can talk about it, boys.
Although Opetaia is not Benavidez's immediate focus, David admitted fan demand could influence his next move. He explained that his career is centered around two priorities: giving fans the biggest fights possible and collecting every major title in the division.
From what I hear, my people and their people, they're really hard. They don't like to work with each other. So, but, you know, if that's what the people want, I'm here to cater to the people. So if we can't get the fight with Bivol and the people want the fight with Jai Opetaia, that's what we're gonna.
Opetaia responded by questioning why the fight continues to be delayed despite growing interest from both sides. Removing every excuse from the conversation, he insisted the timing and location are finally perfect for a long-awaited battle.
A lot of talk. You know what I mean? We've had that fight ready for the guy for a long time. You know, I've never badmouthed no one, never disrespected no one. I don't talk, you know, but if I'm that easy, bro, why hasn't the fight happened? You know what I mean? We're here, we're ready. Take care of business and we can sort it out. You know, we can chase under.
Speaking on the situation, David Benavidez welcomed the possibility of moving to Cruiserweight before revealing that outside complications may still postpone a future clash with Jai Opetaia.
Is this as a fight for the legit Cruiserweight title, or is Jai Opetaia lineal, or do you see it as this fight is because it's for two belts?
I mean, I think it's definitely legit because he has two world titles. I mean, it doesn't really matter if Jai Opetaia has another one. He has two legit titles right there. So I think so. It's a legit fight. It's a legit, you know, title shot, and I'm gonna be very happy once I capture those two titles.
Are you looking to settle in at Cruiserweight and look at Opetaia next, or get back to the light heavyweight division, fight Bivol, fight Beterbiev?
Well, I'm just taking every fight one fight at a time. You know, there's a lot of stuff I like to do, you know, but a lot of people sometimes they're not ready to fight or this and that. Jai Opetaia just signed with Zuffa Boxing, so that's another, you know, roadblock for that fight.
Rejecting the Zuffa rumors as nothing more than noise, Opetaia told David the road to the fight is completely open. He added that the only thing preventing an early showdown is Benavidez agreeing to sign the contract.
Well, I saw David Benavidez. He said that you signing with Zuffa is a roadblock to y'all possibly fighting. Do you feel that way?
Why would that happen? Why?
I don't know. That's just how he feels. He was like, well, you know, I don't know if Zuffa's going to work with us or whatever. So
100%. Why wouldn't they? That would be so silly not to. That's the biggest. If he wins this fight and we have a unification fight, why would anyone not have that on? Why would any promoter, the only reason they wouldn't have it on is if promoters were like, no, I'm doing it, no, I'm doing it. And they lose track of what the most important thing is, and that's a unification
that can happen.
Trying to downplay the rivalry, Jose Benavidez claimed Opetaia has not yet become a major attraction, insisting David remains focused on high-revenue fights against more recognizable names that fans already know.
So it's like what he wants, you know? I want this, I want that, you know? He's mad because Zurdo didn't fight him. He's mad because we're not fighting him. You know, shit, at one point we were like that. We wanted to fight everybody, but it just takes time, you know? You gotta really, for example, you know, I'm gonna ask the viewers, would you rather see David fight Zurdo or Opetaia? If you ask a Mexican fighter, they don't know who Opetaia is. You know, he still needs to develop a little bit more. and grow his fan base. Doesn't make sense? So if we were fighting Opetaia, people would be complaining. We're fighting nobody, about somebody that is not known. The boxing world knows who he is, you know, because at the end of the day, for Mexicans know Opetaia. So what do you think is a better fight? Opetaia or...
The rising tension between Jai Opetaia and David Benavidez sent the boxing world into chaos, with analysts and insiders debating nonstop over who would win the matchup. Responding to the growing hype, Opetaia welcomed the challenge and praised Benavidez's reputation and experience. He also made it clear he would not rush his career for money or outside pressure, remaining fully committed to becoming undisputed before seriously considering a move to heavyweight.
Told me he wants Benavidez to come up to Cruiserweight and we fight Benavidez. If that's the course, let's do it. You know what I mean? I'm pumped for that. Respectfully, I'd love to fight Benavidez. He's a great fighter. He's got a great following. You know, he's been in the ring with some great fighters. And then once we tick that box, who knows? Maybe the heavyweight chapter starts then. But I'm not rushing my journey for anyone else. You know what I mean? I've had a dream to become undisputed my whole life, and that's what I'm going to become.
So heavyweight, that'll stay delayed until undisputed.
Heavyweight will happen when I say it's ready. Not when people want to throw it in my face. And I'm not chasing the money. You know, we're chasing the dream, the money.
Discussing the matchup further, David Benavidez described it as one of the biggest fights possible in boxing and admitted he still wants the clash next. Benavidez insisted fear has never been part of the equation and blamed promotional complications for slowing negotiations. While respecting Opetaia, he explained the fight would require different conditions before becoming official.
Get made.
I mean, I think that's the biggest fight in the world, especially at this weight division. You know, and that's definitely a fight I want. Like I said, I'm not scared of nobody. This is Monstro's world. And if he wants to get that fight, we get that fight. I don't know why he went to Zuffa. We could have made this fight right after this one. You know, but now I don't know if he got stripped by the IBF or what it is. You know, I'm not going to go there and fight for a Zuffa title. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that would be a great fight to make in the future. And I mean, I respect Jai Opetaia a lot. He's a great fighter. And I think he has to come back over here to make these fights happen because, you know, we can't make no...
Analyzing the matchup, Teddy Atlas leaned toward David Benavidez by highlighting his speed and explosive offense as the deciding factors. Atlas believed Benavidez can instantly raise the intensity and overwhelm opponents once exchanges begin opening up.
The reason why... And the biggest reasons why I gave Benavidez an advantage to just win the fight. Forget about that he was going to stop him. But his hands are faster, he's more explosive, and he's got that ability to fight and burst. He is a guy, I think the secret's out. I don't think everyone knew that this is a guy who is explosive and burst. The way that, you know, you might be in a certain part of the country that is prone to cloudburst of rain. Like in the middle of the day, all of a sudden, boom, there's a burst of torrential.
From a technical perspective, Atlas praised Benavidez's timing and offensive instincts. He emphasized David's ability to explode into combinations, freeze opponents under pressure, and create clean openings for accurate follow-up punches.
With his hand speed, with power, and just his knack, his instinctual knack to know when to explode. And what he added to was the intellect. I loved it. I don't know if everyone noticed it. But not only with the pure ability that pop, 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 he opens up with that splash of punches, that flurry of punches. But not only that, then after he does it, pop, 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 all of a sudden, while he's got the guy, you know, in his shell, when he's got the guy a little blitzed, you know, a little shell shock, then he places one, boom, boom.
Making his prediction, Tim Bradley backed David Benavidez to defeat Jai Opetaia, believing nonstop pressure could eventually drag Jai out of his comfort zone. Bradley respected Opetaia's movement and boxing ability, but felt Benavidez would slowly force a brutal pace that completely changed the fight.
Benavidez
beats B-Ball. David Benavidez beat Jai Opetaia. Yeah, he beat Opetaia. Oh, I'ma double down. He gonna beat Opetaia. I double down on that one. He gonna beat Opetaia. See, Opetaia got good feet. Yeah, he can box, but he can be drugged into a fight. And if you know anything about David Benavidez, just like he did with Ramirez ass, he's the one of those guys that's gonna test your heart. He gonna test what you have in here. And once he go to Jai's ass and he tests what he has in here, Jai gonna lose his shit. Jai ain't gonna be boxing and moving around. Jai gonna be looking to fight. Jai gonna get tired too. Yeah, because Jai, if you look at the history of Jai Opetaia, he get tired.